Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going! Hey everyone, today's introduction was made actually before the video was made. I am doing a bunch of videos at the crop I'm going to in mid-March, or end of March actually, and because I'll be cropping with other people, I wasn't going to be able to do these introductions in real time, and I just like to tell you what I'm working with and stuff like that, and so I don't have to do that while I'm doing a quickened voiceover version. I'm just going to let you know this particular layout will be done using the Mookstruck collection by Pink Paislee. I often call it Moonlight, but wrong movie. All right, folks, let's get going. Okay, I'm going to dig right in. I'm kind of poking through my papers for this particular line. Now, I am very, very, very loosely following an older sketch by Chamel, but it did come out of a class I purchased, so I can't share it with you. So I have these two 3x4 photos of myself, and I am placing them atop a doily because I do so love using my doilies. And then I'm also pulling out this piece of flair, and I believe that is from Felicity Jane. I do like her flair. They are slightly smaller than other flair out there. Now I am going to start by using paper number 3, and that is this dark teal paper from the Mookstruck collection. And basically what I'm going to be doing is making just some layers behind my photo. Nothing special, I'm not measuring, just making sure you can see them. Now I'm thinking about whether or not I can use any of those little boxes, but none of them really are going where I want, so I decide instead I'm going to add another layer behind my photos, and that is going to be this tone-on-tone rose paper, which I think is just quite lovely. Same thing, not really measuring it, just making sure you can see pieces of it once I get them behind my photo. I do decide to ink up the edges of all my pattern paper with Hickory Smoke Distress ink and just using my Distress blender. Now, I do not remember if I show you what number paper the rose one is, but all the papers here do come from the Mookstruck collection. I'm then going to add another layer, and I'm going to use this tone-on-tone pink paper with the feathers, which is paper number 12. This is such a pretty paper. I love the way this paper looks. Oh, and here I do show you, this is actually the B side of it, but it is paper number 5, that rose tone-on-tone, almost photorealistic paper. So I'm using the ever helpful run your thumb along it to indent it to then know where to make the cut on my paper here. So the reason I originally chosen this line was because I had a lot of paper for it, but then I remembered this broad black and white striped paper. Part of the sketch I was using had multiple stripes on the back side of it, but when I saw this paper, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can totally get that look without chopping up a bunch of paper. So instead, I use a striped paper, and that's a lot easier. I then take my notebook punch border punch, and that is from EK Success, and I do it down one side just to add a little texture and interest to that last layer of paper. My dog and my cat are going a little nutty right now, so if you hear them in the background, I do apologize. That black and white striped paper is paper number 8, by the way. And so I am going to use that as my background. It is really bold, but you'll find when I get to the finishing end, oh, and that's the class this sketch comes from, Pretty Paper Party, and it's an older class by Chamel, but I do believe you can still get it. So as I was saying before I interrupted myself, I do go with this really bold background, but other than my photo cluster, the only other thing part of it is going to be my title, which is going to be Happy Meowloween, because, you know, I do so love a pun. So I'm using the alpha that actually comes along with the Moonstruck collection. It's a mix of light pink, dark pink, and indigo letters. And I'm going to do the title haphazardly, kind of like a fun, because it's a funny title, like, you know, not like hilarious or anything, but it's a funny title. So I'm going up and down and I'm letting it be part of my embellishment because, as I said, I'm not doing a ton of embellishing here. I'm just going to add I'm going through the die cut pack right now, and I do add this spooky moon to the upper right hand side of my photos, and and then I'm also going to add a couple of puffy stickers. I add these puffy corner pieces to my photos, and then I'm going to add this little so lovely puffy sticker by my title. The only other things I'm going to add, I find this Phases of the Moon washi sticker, and I'm going to put that below my photos. And then when I go through the rub-ons, I find the same Phases of the Moon rub-on, and I put that above my photo. And I love the repeating of that pattern. Oops, sorry. I'm filming at the crop and I forgot the entire time I'm there, I forget that because my tripod's on the table. When I do stuff like that, it makes, you know, it makes everything shake. I'm going to finish off my layout with some enamel dots, and then I'm going to do just a small bit of journaling once I messed up using plum pudding from Shimmers. So the plum pudding is like a purple color, and I wanted it to match my shirt. So this is about how I don't normally dress up at work, but like everyone said, let's dress up for work. So I wore my little cat LuLaRoe shirt and some cat ears I got at the Target dollar spot. So now I'm going to do my shimmers, and that is going to finish off this layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!